is be known as a person with an incredible attitude. Okay? I know that we already touched on attitude just a little bit, but just hitting a couple things. Besides good food, make sure you're putting in a daily dose, a daily intake of positive. I'll just let you know, I'm not the one that's watching every news program. I'm not the one that's reading the newspaper on a daily basis. I don't have the RSS feeds and all that or whatever I got to know when somebody got stabbed in the eye 14 times. Please send me that over and over and over for 12 hours. I hope I'm not offending somebody, but I'll just let you know, I read the paper on Saturday and Sunday, and that kind of catches me up for the week. That's me, okay? When I was, especially in the custom clothing industry, I read other periodicals, I read other magazines, I stayed up with things, and we'll hit on that in a second. But make sure you're getting a daily dose of positive. I was, for a long time, about a book a month. I actually want to take a speed reading class because I met a guy who's in his late 20s who's read about 2,000 books. And I'm actually going out to California and going to be spending some time with him. He was a world record holder. He's in his late 20s. Incredible story. His name's Andrew Chang. If you look him up on Facebook, Andrew's incredible. And the one thing I want to tell you about Andrew is he just has this unbelievable attitude. He had a debilitating disease. He fought obesity, and he literally turned into, he was a bodybuilder, but he went from obesity to a bodybuilder. And he had this incredible defect that he lost the whole left side of his body, lost all the feeling and usage. He was basically paralyzed for, I think, a year and a half or 2 years of his life. And now this guy goes around teaching kids. It's called the 4-Hour School Week. I mean, he teaches kids how they literally can be straight A's and do everything they want to do in like 4 hours. But it's just ramping up your high performance. But one thing I met about this Andrew is we've now seen him at 4 or 5 conferences. I mean, this guy just has the most incredible attitude. When you hear about his past and you hear about the disease he had and you hear about it's like, dang, it would be tough to do that. But haven't you sometimes found people that they have this unbelievable story and they always have this great attitude? Does it ever make you think, because I've done this, but does it ever make you think, what am I doing getting upset about this, that, or the other? What am I doing? It's like, how dare I? I'll just tell you this, if you haven't gotten a good dose of that in your life, go on a mission trip. Find a church and go on a mission trip. I went to Argentina. I took Mariah. Mariah's in the back. She's 19. I took her on her 13th birthday. And on her 13th birthday and my 40th birthday, we were in the greatest poverty that I've ever been in my entire life. We were 2 hours off a paved highway just outside of Buenos Aires, but 2 hours outside of BA. No paved road. And it was literally, Mariah, do you remember the day where it was raining, it was muddy, there were dogs doing what dogs do, because there's dogs everywhere in South America, by the way. And just dogs everywhere. It was just it was muddy, it was nasty, it was gross. And we were just looking around, and it was the greatest poverty that we'd been in, we'd ever seen. And that was one of the reasons I took her, is I wanted her to see that. But you find people that can figure out a way to have an incredible attitude in the midst of all that. Be that kind of person.